So going on a little bit of a road trip today, we're gonna go visit another Minnesota YouTube channel here, someone we've never met. So I'm a little nervous, to be honest with you. The introvert mode's kicking in a little bit here, but I think it should be a pretty fun time. It gives us an opportunity to get to know them a little bit. A little bit of a drive today, but not too bad. So who are you?
I am Ethan.
I'm Sarah.
And we are 180 degrees from average, and we are kind of a homesteading, sustainable agriculture channel on YouTube. We, a couple years ago, decided to buy the farm back from my family, and so we bought it from my parents, and this is where I grew up, and we decided to come back here. We are currently in the process of fixing up an old farmhouse that my great-grandfather built in 1898. We have a house that we live in that's the house I grew up in. It's my parents' house, and we're going to end up renting that out and moving back in the farmhouse. And so when we do that, we will have no debt.
No debt.
We will be able to have a lot more time to kind of pursue adventure and the things that are exciting to us, which is why we're doing it. What we're going to be doing is putting a masonry heater right here. So basically right where this is, there'll be a masonry heater. And there'll be a new chimney, and that's how we're planning on, that and electric is how we're planning on heating the house.
Nice.
And obviously this is one of the bigger sort of projects and things we're working on here. There's going to be a lot of video.
Yeah, I imagine. Just getting the place insulated and all this stuff.
Insulated plumbing, you know, having to run all new plumbing because we're switching where the bathrooms are, the kitchen, everything's kind of getting moved around. So we're going to be taking this and basically going and slicing it down and then putting it in between the studs. So this will be the kitchen. Here, it's going to be a galley kitchen. So this will be the dining room, and then there'll be a galley kitchen here. So this will end up being kitchen area. So we'll have stove, refrigerator on the high side where there's a lot of roof height or more. I mean, I'm a little over 6 foot tall. So this is pretty short. So we're gonna just, this will be the kitchen sink and that kind of stuff. A quick browning, and then we'll go chop it and dice it all up, and I'll put it in the Dutch oven. You've got all the veggies all chopped up. We're going to be doing, so we have a big front yard that's about 5 acres over at the farmhouse. The front yard there's about 5 acres, and we're going to be planting that with grapes. At least we're going to give it a try, which we're really excited about. We've been wanting to do that for years and years and years, but you know, this is just kind of the first time everything's lined up. So our plan is to plant probably about 100 vines of each of the 2 different types of grape we want to plant. And then we'll start actually basically populating from those vines next year. And we'll just, you have to pay basically a patent fee to the University of Minnesota.
Well, that's right, you guys are getting them from the U of M, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, they'll come from a certified nursery.
Well, the first 100 will.
Yeah.
So I know they do that with certain varieties of apples as well.
Yeah.
They have to...
The Honeycrisp and I'm trying to think of what their other ones are. Yeah,
what I'm really excited about with the orchard, though, is that we have found a cold hardy variety peach tree that we can grow here.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And what do you call
Kiwis.
it? The kiwi. I know, but they're no fuzz. They're
they're
a
kiwi
smooth
fruit.
skin kiwi.
Yeah.
That grow. It's like more like a bush, and
Yeah,
that
like
can
a
grow.
vine.
That can grow in our zone as well.
Yep.
So we're gonna experiment with that. But that I think takes like 4 years to fruit. So we need to get that planted soon.
Yeah, and the same with the grapes actually, because those take about 4 or 5 years to produce fruit. They'll produce pretty much right away, but you want to cut them back so that they really
they
put on a
really-
root.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like asparagus, it's a lot of waiting and
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. With your I was watching that. We can go through a dozen eggs a day with the kids. They just eat a lot of
My kids
eggs.
love eggs, which
Yeah,
is good.
they hard boil and will eat lunch with eggs, and
Yep.
so we go through a lot of eggs. So we wanted to get enough eggs for us, and also if we had some left over, because Lawrence has always been talking. Our son has always been talking about wanting to start different sort of businesses. So the thought was maybe he could sell off some of the extras. So.
that's all oak. Ethan and I had plans to go and cut some trees to clear land for future garden space. The saw never left the truck. We ended up spending the night chatting with Sarah and Ethan about future dreams and goals.